I don't know why I'm so silly. Stop. Okay, listen, y'all. Hey, what's up? Listen, it is officially, y'all know what time it is. It's lunchtime, and we filling you up. Get it? Not touch you feel, but filling you up. It's the Lavish and Coco podcast. We doing it real big today. When I say big, we doing it real big. We got a man sitting in with us, hanging out, and he's the biggest dog of all. DJ, actor, radio personality. He also a counselor, a therapist, and all that stuff. Y'all show some love for my man, Big Dawg Black.
Oh, what's happening? I was wondering who you talking about the way you was talking.
No, hold on. He said he was going to introduce himself.
Oh, that's right. Excuse me.
Yeah, so, you know.
Let me introduce myself because she didn't do it right. I'm going to do it the way it's supposed to be done. No, I'm just joking around.
No.
No, you said it right. I was wondering, I'm like, counselor, who did I counsel?
Everybody that came in the studio and slid in the chair and be like, what? They looking to see how many more songs you got to play.
Right.
And you giving the look like, it's okay. You be like, I'll wait. Then you know they need a therapy session because they did some bull over the weekend.
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, we all done did it. So, I mean, I done had my talks.
We done had some intense talks. This the biggest dog of all. I love this man. This is my brother, my friend, my confidant.
Yeah.
I really do love you. And I don't know if I tell you that enough.
Yeah, you tell me all the time.
And then, see, ladies, let me say this. Okay, let me say this right. Some men are not accustomed to a lot of women that they're not birth related to or intimately involved with telling them that they love them. So I think I was on the phone with Lavish the other day and I said, I love you. He's like, yeah, all right. And if you know me,
because we don't know how to say it back. I mean, it's kind of weird coming back. Like, you know.
That's what I'm saying. So sometimes I'll talk to you and we'll talk. Sometimes we'll talk for 10 minutes. Sometimes we'll talk for an hour. And I'll be like, okay, I love you. Be like, I love you too. And then you hurry up and hang up the phone because it's not a part of men. It's not a part of the normal.
You just do everything.
But I want you to know I do love y'all. And I know it's not what y'all hear from women that's not a mother or a biological sister or whatever, a grandmother, or somebody that you have an intimate connection to. So we need to normalize, ladies, telling men in our life that we call our brothers and our friends, hey, man, I love your punk ass.
It might be better if it come off like that. I can take it that way.
But it loses the edge when you say...
No, not for me. I like that. I love your punk ass. All right, I love you too, my nigga. Fuck
see,
you.
but that's what's going to come with it, and it ain't going to be the sauce on it.
Yeah, I don't want that extra sauce. I just
you don't like...
deliver it that way. I can take it better that way.
Why it make you uncomfortable, though?
I don't know, but probably like you said,
we didn't grow up like that.
I didn't grow up that way.
Wow.
You know, I mean, it's different now for the generation now because they're taught that growing up. But when I'm gonna speak for you.
Yeah.
In the 80s, for me,
right,
you didn't hear people walking up saying "I love you" too much. It was hard, even when you were a guy telling a girl "I love you." It was like, man, it took 30 minutes for it to come out. So. You know, I think people are just becoming more comfortable with the way the times are and the way things shift to slowly become more open to that. Even with the men. Like when I grew up, my grandfather, you didn't hear him say I love you too much to my grandmother, to the kids.
That's true.
So it was hard to really say I love you. But now me being a parent, I'm constantly telling my kids, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you, son.
When you tell them, what do they say?
I love you back.
Okay.
Because they're taught that.
Okay.
So they're growing up saying that and expressing that.
Okay.
I love you, Dad. See you later, Dad.
Yeah.
My youngest son, I do that. I say that to him a lot, and he be cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
It took him a minute to get.
Well, not really. I think his mom tell him that a lot, but you know, coming from me, when I say it, I be like, "Yo, I love you, man." He be like, "Love you too." You know what I'm saying?
It's even the sound. He make love you too.
Yeah. And I be like, I know he uncomfortable, but I'm gonna say it anyway because that was never said to me. So you know, when I talk to him,
and that's not funny, but that's reality. And I won't, because I'm so tired of the men hating on women and the women hating on men and women ain't done because of this. I mean, listen, ladies. I have been really blessed and fortunate in my life to be around a lot of men. And I've learned a lot of stuff from those men.
Yeah, she's been around a lot.
Yeah,
of men.
listen.
I know, I'm just joking.
Listen, you know,
I'm just
listen,
joking.
But I've been around a lot of men, and I learned a lot of stuff from men, and I watch men, and men don't get certain things like we think they do. Sometimes we take it for granted. So, ladies, if you got men in your life and you close to them and they mean something to you and all that stuff, tell them you love them. You do love them and care about them. I tell my grandson that, but like Lavish said, it's a different generation and it's a different understanding. But tell the men that you love them. Listen, and ladies, let's be honest. We don't hear I love you from people that we ain't been intimate with or people that we not related to either. So we have to start saying it, because sometimes I'll say it and it throw people off. I said it to a young lady at the gas station, and we had a little conversation. And I said, sis, you have a good day. I love you. You don't even know me. And I kind of paused, and I said, well, if I had a love of the Lord in me, I have to love you. I ain't got to know you. If somebody ran up on you outside, tried to do something to you, I'm going to fight like a gladiator like I know you. That ain't nothing but love, because I can get in the whip and pearl off like the day before I met you. She's like, damn, Coco, why you put it like that? Because you made me put it like that. But I get it. I understand. So I love y'all.
All right, man. I love you too, Coco.
Because the other day he hung that phone up like it was a burnout. You hear me? This all I heard. So listen, Big Dog. We got a couple situations going on, but we got another young man that we gonna talk to for a minute, and we gonna call him in. We gonna call him in a second. But
Okay.
I love men, and I love when y'all do stuff, because we don't celebrate y'all enough. Coming off the heels of the Martin Luther King celebration and all the stuff yesterday. And I want okay, let me say this. People, do your history. I'm going to say that because last week I was watching the news. I ain't going to say what channel it was. And a statement was made, and Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, either his daughter or granddaughter, somebody had tweeted. One of the non-black newscasters said, and he was serious as hell when he said it. They started talking about it, and then he said, well, Martin Luther King tweeted. I damn near ate my TV. Sir, if you don't know that Martin Luther King has been gone from this place since 1968,
you had no business commenting.
Yeah, you need to shut up. And here's the thing. When he said it, all the other people on the anchor desk just kind of looked at him. And it was that deafening silence like...
Was that a local station?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very local. It was real local. And I'm like, not only do you wear the same suit 3 times a week, but you did.
Did the internet tell? Did the internet tell?
I didn't even go on the internet, because I was so mad down in my spirit. I said, and we coming up on the heels of the celebration of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, and he said that. One more thing before we talk to my man Vion on the phone. Whoever is working on this statue in Boston to commemorate Martin Luther King and Coretta, they had this particular hug, and it's viral. The hug has gone viral. Whoever's making this statue, I want you to finish it, because when you look at the statue, and I want y'all to go on social media and pull up the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King tribute statue, sculpture, whatever, in Boston, and tell me what it looked like to y'all. And no disrespect to Martin Luther King, and I don't want y'all to say it, but it looked like a date gone bad.
Oh.
It did. It looked like a date gone bad. If you pull it up and look at it, it really looked like a date gone bad. So we gonna talk to my man. I want y'all to listen. This brother's from here, right? His name is Vion. I met him. Well, we met years ago when he was young, and then we met a few years ago. We ran into each other. He was doing some work here. He is an actor. He's done some movies. He's done some pilots. He's a model or whatever, and he is a part of a competition, a national competition. And I think we have to support our folks. Like, if somebody from here is doing something, we got to support them. We got to get behind them and push and do all the stuff that we need to do, because I'm tired of us saying, oh, they don't never pick nobody from this area, from Detroit. Well, you got to get behind them and celebrate and push them. So we're going to talk to my man Vion, and he's going to tell you what's going on, and we're going to put the pictures up so you can see them on the Lavish and Coco podcast. By the way, we want y'all to like us, share us, and go to YouTube and subscribe. Because listen, in about 12 months, when we riding around the city in the limo with the tinted windows, Lavish, that's what we gonna have.
Not the limo with the tinted windows.
We gonna have a heavy Negro tent. We gonna have the Negro tent. Yeah, listen, you know how we do.
A limousine?
Yeah, I don't know. I like limousines, but I don't like them. I'd rather
like
ride.
limousines,
I don't even
but
think
you
they
don't like
ride in limos no more.
They still ride in limo. I would rather be in an SUV
Yeah, I thought
or
that's
something
what it
like
was
that.
right now.
No, they still got that limousine.
A limousine.
They still got the Ron Isley edition of the limousine. Why you shaking your head like that? You trying to remember the last time you was in a limousine?
Nah, I remember. I remember they had picked up Angela Yee in a limousine. She pulled out. I was like, why y'all got her in a limousine?
Why you call it a limousine?
That's what it is.
I think sometimes when they pick women up, they want to be a little grander, so they put them in a limousine.
Nah, it was somebody doing something slick, and it was just what they you know how it goes.
Oh, okay.
And somebody
Never
just made a
mind.
move and had it done, and it was like a limousine. I said,
Okay.
a limousine?
A limousine. So, listen, we're going to talk to my man, Vion. Vion, hello. Good afternoon.
Hey, what up, though?
What's up, though? What's going on with you? Tell the people, first of all, tell the folks who you are and where you from.
Firstly, I want to thank y'all for having me.
Thank you.
Secondly, I am from Detroit, Michigan, born and raised on the west side of Detroit.
Yes.
What hood you from?
6 Mile.
Nah.
Look, he said,
No,
he said,
only way he said his
Yeah,
reason.
I said. I'm saying that's where you from. I just wanted to know.
He's saying that because he's from Puritan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
okay, it's cool. You know, I got fam down, Southwest Detroit, River Rouge, E-Course, so, I know all about it.
Oh, he from down there with the BMFs. So, V, listen, I keep up with what you're doing. I'm so proud of you as an actor, as a model, husband, father, all that stuff. So you are a part of this whole Playboy competition.
Yeah, that's huge. It's just something I just jumped into, honestly. And a lot of people, sure, you hear the word Playboy and you start thinking exploitations, but a lot of people don't know they actually reinvented their brand back in 2020 once Hugh Hefner passed. So basically, women took their power back, and it's something I can definitely commend. So now it's more of a lifestyle brand versus exploitation of the female body, of course.
So how do I find out what you're doing, and how do the people that's checking out the Lavish and Coco podcast, how do we support you in what you're doing? How do we go and support you? Like, okay, yeah, he from the D, he definitely representing. I ain't trying to be lustful, but them is some really nice pictures that you sent me, and I shared them with all 2018 of my girlfriends. And so they said they finna go vote for sure. For sure.
That's perfect.
In a positive way. But how can we, number one, follow you and see what you're doing? First of all, tell us some of the stuff that you've done. Let's talk about that.
Well, I've done McDonald's campaigns. I moved to Chicago about 6 years ago. I think me and you first met, Coco, when I was like 10, and I was at an FKO fashion show.
Yes, you were. In Oak Park, right on the corner of Coors and 9 Mile. Yep.
In Oak Park. And then I later seen you in my adulthood, and I remember those eyes. I was surprised, I honestly was. But it was all love. Recently, I just did a co-star role for the hit show series Southside on HBO Max.
Okay.
I just completed a feature film that we're getting ready to pitch to the network Stars. It's a political thriller about Chicago, so that's going to be real juicy. We got a couple good actors in there. We got Barton Fitzpatrick. You guys might know him from The Chi and from Power.
Oof.
We got Darren Henson in there as well.
The
So
dancing choreographer actor. Yeah, him.
yes, ma'am. Yes. So we got a lot of creative talent in there, and I can't wait to see it. I played Brother Rashid, a part of the Nation of Islam, so
Okay.
more of a enlightened brother. So hopefully it get picked up for a series. You know, that'd be awesome. My character doesn't die off, so that's a role there.
Okay. So how can we support this Playboy campaign? Because number one, the last date to vote is January the 31st.
Yes, today is actually an elimination day. So we're moving on to the semifinal round, the last round before the number one pick moves on to the judges. I am on social networks, Instagram at my name, Veon Selman. That's VeonSelman.
Okay.
And that's also as well on Facebook too. And the link for that contest for the voting is right there in the bio.
Okay, so we
Go ahead.
So we could go to the link in the bio. We could go to your social media page, vote for you, follow, and keep up with what's going on, and represent you all over the country. But since you especially from the Detroit area, we got to definitely represent you real hard.
Definitely. I'm trying to hold it down for the city, bring Detroit out here and show them that we do got talent, you know?
We do. Absolutely.
And we got to get it out here. And that's the only way for people to see it.
Well, V, listen, is there anything you want to tell the folks? Is there anything particular other than where we could vote? Where can we vote for you? Where can we? Oh, the link is in your bio.
Yep, the link is in my bio.
It's for the Playboy contest. And
Correct.
Veon Selman on all social media platforms, correct?
Correct. One notion.
Okay. So anything you want to tell the folks?
Anybody striving for your dreams, I mean, it's possible. Consistency, discipline, and just the drive to keep going. You know, it stops becoming a dream and becoming reality because you're doing what you love. So just keep going and don't quit, no matter what nobody say. Believe in yourself first.
V, we love you. We thank you. Thank you.
Love you too. Thank y'all.
Thank you for hollering at us and let us know
No
what's going
problem.
on.
Thank y'all.
So Lavish in the gym training, so he gonna be in the next Playboy campaign. Thank you, baby.
Hey. Tell them hit me up because I do online training for like 30,000 people for Max Pro Detroit, actually.
Oh, we definitely. I'm gonna holler at you as soon as I finish. I need to. I need to do that. Love you, baby. Keep doing your thing.
Love you too.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I can get my. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Never mind.
You know, a guy come on, you know, she get
See,
a
I
little
kept
wild.
quiet. I let her have her moment.
She had her moment. That's all.
I
She
ain't
had
said
her
The
moment.
same. Hold on.
And then I seen the picture pop. I said, okay, I see what's going on here. Okay, I see what's going on here.
Hey, listen.
Because I'm looking, I'm like, why has he got this dude up? I'm like, what's going on? What's going on here? So I looked, and then I heard it, and I said, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's my man on the phone.
So listen,
That's him?
she sent me that picture yesterday. She sent me a low bio.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, cool. Then she followed back with this picture. I'm like, Coco, listen, you ain't have to send me.
Yeah.
I get the
I didn't want y'all to
You
feel
didn't
some
have
kind
to
of way.
send me the picture.
I
Not on
was
my
like,
text.
I-
You ain't.
I-
Well, it give y'all listen. It
I'm
give you
like,
something.
what's going on with Lavish?
Listen,
What's
it
happening
give you something to say. Hey, you know what?
He didn't clean out his history.
Listen. You could figure out he trained online. I'm gonna go holler at him. So listen,
I know you are.
I feel the same way about him that I feel about y'all. He like my brother,
Well, you said
nephew,
you knew when he was
cousin.
10, so, you know,
I did. I met him literally when he was 10 at a fashion show at FKO.
He was too
in
young at
Oak
the
Park.
time.
No.
Grown.
I was hosting.
Yeah, he grown now though.
But
He grown with a family.
I'm just saying, Coco. I was just saying at the time. All I'm saying at the time he was too young, but he old now. He's an adult.
I'm gonna be Lavish ass.
He legal. He legal. That's all
I
I'm
remember
saying.
when you was just a little 10 to 10.
Oh, that's so creepy. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Women that do that and men that do that, they creepy. It's something creepy about you that I've been looking at you since you was a child.
You just kept it aside though.
Hell no.
I said you got the
No.
picture.
No.
Coco, you looked at the guy picture.
What?
When you looked at his picture, did you look at him like this? That little boy that I remember, or did
Okay,
you look at him?
back up. Let me
and
back
say,
you up. Let me
"Look at
back
this
you up.
man."
Hold
I'm just
on.
asking, Coco.
So I met him when he was 10.
Okay.
I met him again a few years ago. We were doing an event.
Did you double look when you seen him?
Why, you gonna let me tell my story?
Yeah, tell it.
So we was doing an event for the Tigers, and he walked up, and I said, I remember those eyes. And he said, I met you when I was 10 at a I said, you did. Because people facial features don't change as they get older.
Yeah.
So we started talking about the business and all of that stuff.
Did you exchange numbers?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We started talking about the business. And at that time, I had a major interview in Chicago going on. My friend had hooked me up with the people that were doing Chicago PD and all that stuff. And I had a major interview in Chicago. So we talked about the business and all of that stuff or whatever. And I follow him on social media. He followed me and we'll make a comment or whatever. But we just recently started back having conversations.
Do you like his pictures?
Hell, I like your pictures. I ain't trying to sleep with you.
I didn't ask you anything about me.
I can't believe you doing all this explaining. We know you ain't. We know it's. You know.
Oh, okay. Well, see, y'all know me.
She explained it, though.
Y'all know me, but people on social media don't know me. They be like,
yeah,
Coco, a fat ass freak. She was liking this little boy since he was 10 years old. Listen. People crazy. People crazy.
Coco ain't stop. That's so far from the truth. She's not like that. She embraced everybody.
I got mucus in my throat from that.
She embraced everyone as family. That's exactly how she is.
Because people be like, I see she a freak.
Nah.
And they be acting like they chewing gum and shit. Be like,
I'm like, why is she explaining all this? Like,
I don't know.
I go better.
Like the police had pulled me over. I felt a bright light in my face. Anyway.
Go ahead.
So listen, Lavish and Coco podcast, we need y'all to like us, share us, and follow us and keep up with everything that we doing. We got my man, the biggest dog of all, in the studio with us. Happening? We doing our thing. So listen, Big Dawg.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think everybody knows, like, you an actor, you did movies, you a DJ, you do voiceover work, you do all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think people know, let's go back to your real humble beginnings when you were DJing in the
Tata bar.
The adult Tata bars. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. We talking 90, 95, 96. Ooh. And I started at, well, first I was doing, after, those blind pigs.
You can say after hours.
After hours or whatever it was. But it wasn't after hours because it was prime time. It was just, we was in there doing, that's why I called it the blind pig. It was nothing, we weren't supposed to be in there with the girls doing that. And so I started out doing those type of parties. And then somebody told me a strip club was looking for a DJ. And I said, dang,
Is the club still open?
Southfield and Plymouth. Well, I think it was called Dollar Bills. I don't know what it's called. It's been changed so many times.
Yeah.
But, so I got a job there. And I said, you know what? This would probably be cool because I could still be around the girls and I ain't got to worry about the doors getting kicked off the hinges. You know what I mean? So we're in a safe spot. So I did that for a long time, man. I did that all the way up until I got on radio, which was in 2001. And I still did it for a little while I was there.
So you never worked at Chi-Chi's?
I did work at Chi-Chi's. I worked at Chi-Chi's.
On Harper?
Yes. About as big as this room right here. Kind of remind me of it, too. But, yeah, I worked at Chi-Chi's. I worked at the Brass Key.
Wait, with Sherman?
Sherman. Get your ass out on living noise. Sherman used to come up. He used to come up in the okay, Sherman was the owner of the club. This is the first dollar bill before the Players Club. This is the first dollar bill. I remember he used to come in there. Hey, cut that thing on. All right, you motherfucking professional beer sippers, you either buy you something to drink or you can get your ass out on living noise. And we be sitting back like, oh, shit.
And he had on a 3-piece suit.
He'd limp his ass in there. Hey, sell those guys. I got steaks in the back. Sell the steak. You are fucking up it, man. He used to be so hard on us, bro. I couldn't stand that club. I never worked in a spot that I never really didn't like. So it was just the other people that was cool with me. But he was a motherfucker. Rest in peace to Sherman, too.
Yeah, Sherman was a real, he was like, for lack of a better explanation, he did remind you of Sherman Hemsley, though. George Jefferson.
Yeah, but he was more like the original dollar bill. He just went, well, no.
He was. He didn't have a filter at all.
He had no filter. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he didn't. No, listen. Sherman, let me tell you something. And I was really finger popping and chicken necking back then. And we would go, listen, and we didn't necessarily go in the club, but we would pull up in the parking lot, hanging out, talking to the guys, me and my girl. Hey, what's up? And I wasn't even like Coco for real. I was like, what's going on? And yeah, it was always something to be seen and something to do. I know I wasn't supposed to be there. And then I would leave the Brass Kid, shoot down the street to the Black Orchid and hang out. I know.
Let me just tell this one story to Sherman. He checked out on my boy, Flex. Cause he was mad cause Flex sent me down there. Who the fuck does he think he is? And so he going off on him, right? But he was talking. I don't even know how he even got to this situation. He's like, this motherfucker gets his money and comes back and spends it. He's the biggest trick in here. What the fuck that got to do with anything? I told Flex, he said that. I said, Service said you a big ass trick.
Why did that matter?
I have no, to this day, I don't even know how we even, because I know he was going off, and I'm just like, God damn, man, he just going the fuck off. The job is done. And then this motherfucker, who is he? He's supposed to be here. He gets his money, and he goes, and he comes back here and spends it. He's the biggest trick in here. And I just looked like, what the fuck that got to do with
And listen, it didn't matter, but in Sherman's mind, that meant something.
He was just mad, so he was just checking out on the nigga.
So coming from that environment,
yeah,
to radio. And so when I think of Blast, this is the song that pop in my head. Last night a DJ saved my life.
Okay.
Yeah, last night a DJ saved my life with a song. You know that. I know you know that. I ain't even asking you that.
I was just wondering, like, have I ever played that around her? Like,
no, but the coming out of the clubs and coming in the radio, how did that transition? Because it's a lot of people that are in clubs DJing and they want to make the transition to radio. So for that time, how did you come out the club and get into the radio?
Well, I always wanted to do radio. I always wanted to do to be on the radio and mixing, and then I wanted to be on JLB especially because at that time they didn't have a DJ and a radio personality in one person.
Right.
So I always wanted to do that, and I wanted to do it at that station. At the time, the girl I was with, she's like, man, you might be better off trying to go to, at the time it was 105 Jams. You might be better off going over there because they look like they allow that type of stuff. I was like, no, I want that station because that's the station and nobody's doing it. So I had bumped into G-Raw.
Shout out to my man G-Raw.
I bumped into G-Raw at Chantonese Music on the east side. He was over there. They was doing I don't know if you, it wasn't you over there.
We was always doing something.
I don't know if it was you over there.
Shout out to Chantonese.
Yeah, so G-Raw was over there. I met him. Me and him got real cool. Yeah. Right down the street. Right down the street from Chi-Chi.
Wait a minute, pause. Lavish, you sure know a lot about what's on Harper to be from Puritan. How much money you spend at Chi-Chi?
School on the east side.
He was over there messing around with Cadillac on the low.
Okay. Or Hollywood. What's Hollywood?
Nat Morris is over there too. They was all up in there. So anyway, yeah. So G-Raw, me and him got real cool, and he wound up getting me on the mix weekend. We used to do the mix in the possible weekends, and he wound up getting me on there, and then I got cool with Kim James. Kim James got me on the radio. Hired me in as a mixer. So it was G-Raw, then Kim James, and then Kim James wound up putting me with the program director because they needed somebody to do the late night show because G-Raw was getting ready to, I don't think he was going to lose his mix show or something, but they was talking about it. And they was like, we don't have no host. So Kim was like, put Blast in there. He can do it.
Okay. Could you do it?
Well, yeah, because Kim knew I talked on the mic at the strip club.
Okay.
So, and Kim heard me on the radio playing around one day. So that's how that happened. So KJ gave me that opportunity, and here I have been doing it ever since,
So listen,
just kind of cutting through it. I didn't want to get too long-winded.
I'm gonna let Lavish ask the question because Lavish got a question. I see the look in his eyes.
I'm just saying, you just put me on the spot. I ain't had nothing. I'm listening to the guy's story.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask this question. The reason I say about the song last night, the DJ saved my life, because I say this jokingly, but I'm glad that technology is what it is now and was not what it was back then, because whenever I would work with Blast or I would go hang out, like, I love all the DJs, but it was certain folks that I would like, because I know Blast was going to always say something ignorant, and I won't say ignorant, say something different while he was working. So, and I think our minds thought alike, because we would see something and he would say something and it would only be a handful of people that knew exactly what he would talk about. But every now and then I look up and it was some woman at the DJ booth looking like she was in distress, and she be leaning there and talking, and he be talking and she be looking. And that song, Last Night the DJ Saved My Life, would pop in my head. And she be standing there looking, and he be talking and saying, hey, we had to such and such and such. We had Lucky's. We had this, doing this, blah, 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 blah. This is Big Dawg Blast. I'm going to be here at 9 o'clock. Woo, woo, woo. And she be in the background. It's so-and-so. It's me. Shall celebrate my birthday. Ah. And I'm like, I'm going to go stand there. I wasn't gonna go help him.
Right.
I would just go stand there and look at him. And he'd be like, yeah, Coco in the building. I'd be like, no, I ain't. I'm just looking at the woman. Then she'd stagger away. Then here come another one. She's standing there. And they would all be looking at him like this, like, and this is what I hear in my head. Last night the DJ saved my life with a song. Well, I was sitting there bored to death. And then, you gotta get up, And I was like, he winning. Because listen, what he not saying, that's why I call you a therapist. Well, you done heard all the stories.
Shout out to social tweets, whatever, Ari.
Hey, Ari.
Coco, you could be pulling your Instagram up.
So
you could too.
I'm about to
do that.
So yeah, so that's what that's where that came from, and I've been in it ever since, man.
You like it?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a dream for me, you know what I mean? Because I didn't go to school for I didn't go to Specs, and I was trying to go to Specs, and I didn't have the money to go to Specs. And I wound up going.
I ain't go to Specs.
Yeah,
either.
and I know people that did go to Specs,
and
they didn't do it.
Absolutely.
Specs couldn't teach this, how to be this.
Yeah, Specs teaches you. So I want to say this because it's a lot of people that say, you know, even now, Coco, I went to Specs and I ain't been able to do this. Any school, so we're going to just say this. Broadcasting school teaches you the clinical aspect of what to do and how the equipment works or whatever. It teaches you that. Mm-hmm. But if you don't have, that's Lavish with his technology. If you don't have a personality to add to that skill set, it don't work. Yeah. So it gotta be.
I'm gonna have to take you off.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was trying to find a way
not
not
the volume down up there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How you cut it? How you get off of there?
He taking you off. He's saving you.
Oh, you got. Oh
yeah, he got
the
you.
whole thing.
I'll be all right. I'll get you back on. That's all right. They'll be back when I come back. They'll be back when I come back. Go ahead.
So you learn the technical part of it. You learn all this stuff. Everybody that has gone to broadcasting school, major university, or career, technical, whatever, you learn the dynamics, but the personality part comes with, you got to have a personality.
It's got to be in you.
It got to be in you. It's like you could go to cosmetology school and learn how to be a hairstylist. But if you don't have the oompa and the charisma to add to that, you know what to do, but that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of people that got the technical aspect, but I still, it's people that I still cut on the radio, and they're like, hold on. Wait, so Blast, hold on, Blast. Wait,
I don't want to hear this bull crap.
No.
Because what you talking.
Stop. I got somebody in here. So Lavish, Lavish every now and then he'll come in and be like, oh, this is Lavish T. Williams. I say, Lavish, they don't do that no more. I like that. I say, Lavish, that's called puking. As soon as you start doing that, people punch out.
Hey, listen.
Do the voice. Do it.
No, I can't.
No.
I'll tell you what.
Listen.
That's when I grew up. I listened to the radio, talk radio.
Wolfman Jack days.
That's my guy right there. Wolfman Jack.
That's what he said.
That's my guy.
Wolfman Jack days. But right now, they want you to be as regular as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Lavish, please do the voice.
No.
Why?
It ain't gonna be nothing better than somebody walking up on you. And this is what I get a kick out of. I'm gonna tell you another thing I get a kick out of too. But I get a kick out of when they talking to me, that they be like, that's him.
Right.
The voice.
Right.
Now if I was on there, F98 WJLB, they be like,
do it again, Black.
F98 WJLB. If I was doing it like that all the time, like, and then when they hear me, they be like, it kind of sound like you. That's not the way you speak. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you definitely. They don't do those things. That talk no more. That's when they was really disguising themselves, being who they wanted to be.
Yeah.
Electrified Mojo. I don't know if that's how he talked for real because I never met the guy.
Electrified Mojo was real laid back.
Is that how he talked for real? That was his voice?
Even now, he the voice was real laid back. Calm. If you at home, flick your porch lights. If you driving your car, flick your headlights. And you knew Mojo was coming on because you driving down Jefferson. Yeah. Everybody flicking their lights.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's how you know they was listening.
Yeah, don't say damn, say whoa. If you hanging on the rope, don't let go. Tie knots and hang on.
I never saw this guy. Never.
You probably did see him and didn't know because you wasn't listening for his voice. Because when you think of Electrified Mojo, describe what you think he looked like. How tall?
I heard he was short like Reggie Reg. I heard he was short like that.
He is.
And they said, so when they told me what it looked like, I kind of got it, but I just thought he was so tall, dark.
No, he's brown skinned, but he used to have long hair.
Yeah.
He wore long hair. He about 5'2", 5'3", 5'5" at the most. And if you were standing next to him, you wouldn't know him unless you heard him speak. So that's his regular voice, the Electrifying
Steady
Mojo.
Rock said he met him. He's a great guy. What's up, Steady Rock?
He is. That's my other brother. I love you. That's my other brother.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I never met him, but what's crazy, people first meet me, even to this day, I don't know how they ain't seen me yet, but they always tell me they thought I was a big, dark-skinned guy. I said, I think you got me mixed up with Bush or somebody.
You know. Go to bed. Go to bed.
That's what I be thinking. I'm like,
I know.
You know what I'm saying? They said, I thought you was dark, big and dark.
Yeah.
You know, not heavy set, but just like a big guy. You know what I'm saying?
But in our mind, we create what we think a person look like. Because I've had people say, Coco, and I'm like, yeah, you don't look like I thought you would look. So it's always interesting to find. I thought you was fat, black, and ugly. I said, well, thank you. 1 out of 3 ain't bad, but yeah, you know, we gonna roll them dice. I didn't even have you pictured like that. We're foolish. I be like, he over there. I ain't have him pictured like that either.
Yeah,
I be like, but people create what we think people look like. Even when remember Alan Allman used to be on the radio, Pillow Talk.
I heard, I know the name, but I wasn't thinking about radio at that. I didn't think about radio until I used to hear Reggie on the radio, and I used to hear how everybody used to call and check and try to get a hold of him. And that's when radio was really, really big at the time when all y'all was on there. But I remember I went to the skating rink. He was at Northland Skating Rink. This was neighbors on 105.9 Jams. And they was like, he was going to be over there. So I'm going to go over here and pay to get in here. I seen this little 2'1"
Uncle Tex.
I saw him on them skates. I like, Reggie Reg? I want to do radio. That's what I want to be when I grow up.
That ain't the deal. You listen to Lavish and Coco podcast. Make sure you like us, share us, and subscribe to us. And go back and listen to some of our episodes. We talked to my man Vion Selman earlier. We talking to the biggest dog of all. That dog got a cold.
No, we ain't got parvo. We good.
That's how I sound like I got parvo.
That dog got parvo. He on his last leg. He know they ready to put him out, so he trying to make it seem like he's trying. Like,
don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I didn't know what nobody on the radio looked like when I was growing up, unless you seen a billboard.
Yeah.
Unless you seen a billboard. All you did was hear the voice. You never knew what they looked like. Never.
They wasn't putting us on billboards.
You didn't have.
Y'all was on a commercial.
No, you know when they put us on a commercial? 2000 and something.
Yeah, I mean things.
But
it was time.
In his time,
it was time.
No, in my time,
his childhood,
it
it was the other folks that was on the billboard.
Yeah, but by that time y'all was so big that it was time to put y'all on the billboard.
Yeah,
y'all was so big. Yeah, it was time.
Let me think about that. Yeah, I remember.
What you remember, Coco?
Oh man, listen, radio was in that time, and I don't have no regrets about radio. Let's be real clear. But that time in radio was a time to be had. You hear me? It was, listen, Coach for Kids and the concerts and just the whole meeting everybody.
202 to be exact, Steady Rock said y'all was on the billboard.
Yep. Thank you, Steady. It was just a time to be, for me, it was like, oh my goodness, this is really happening. Like anybody that you could possibly name, to meet those people and have an interaction, and you figure out, you have a relationship and you have something in common and all that. It was amazing. Coach for Kids was amazing. We got Busta Rhymes coming to Coach for Kids. We got such and such a coming. We got da-da-da-da-da.
And that time they had to shut it down, Bow Wow, y'all had to run Bow Wow.
Oh my God. Listen, when we was all, okay, so we at Northland and we doing Coach for Kids. Now, mind you, it was Michigan State Police, Southfield Police, and Northland Police. And then we had, JLB had hired, the company had hired their own security team. Mm-hmm. It was too much, Lavish. Listen, we out there, we like this. We like elbows locked like this doing security, trying to keep the kids back.
I was standing back watching the whole thing unfold.
Yeah.
I'm the talent. I'm not out there trying to. I'm not trying to be scared. Me and my DJs at 7 Deadly Techniques, we was standing in the back.
The seven deadly techniques.
When we were the 7 Deadly Techniques, man, we had the streets on lock.
Y'all did.
And it was crazy because they knew that name, and they had branded us so well, and they knew it was 7 of us, and they knew who was who. Like they knew Steady Rock, they knew G-Raw, they knew Kim, and I think Gary was one at the time.
Don Q.
What main ones was me, Steady. Well, okay, Kim James, Don Q, Steady Rock, myself, G-Raw, and then Gary, and then we had Mo. I think that was it. I think that was the 7 of us at the time. Am I right, Steady Rock? I do believe Mo. I think Mo was one. He was the last. Yeah, DJ Mo Beast.
Mo Beast was like the last one that came in.
He was the last one to be one of the 7 Deadly Techniques, man. And we ran it, man.
And y'all was standing back and letting us get our ass whooped from the kids.
We couldn't get hurt. Oh, and Polo,
yeah.
DJ Polo. That's right.
So y'all in the back, me, Bushman, and everybody else trying to hold these kids back.
Well, I had went to Otto's.
No, because it was hold on, it was Bow Wow, and then it was Immature. Was it Immature, or was they called IMX at this point?
Nah, you might be thinking about mindless behavior. No, I'm sorry. Who you say?
It was one of them
P2K.
groups and Bow Wow.
P2K.
Yeah.
P2K.
And they had a tour bus outside. And they ran and climbed on top of their own tour bus and came back into Northland. And when I tell you it was pandemonium. Like, I'm standing there, me, Bush, and whoever, we locked elbows like we with
I saw Bush out there. Like, what the hell is Bush doing out there?
We was trying.
I wasn't doing nothing. I had went to Otto.
Yeah, he went to Otto and left us there struggling. And I can't push the kids. I'm just trying to keep the kids. And we weren't trying to necessarily keep them from Bow Wow. We was just trying to keep them from killing each other. Man, listen.
Y'all took him in the Foot Locker, shut the gate.
We took Bow Wow. Yeah, we took him in Ladies Foot Locker.
He's trimming it. He's scared. He's scared.
Oh, he petrified.
He's scared.
And I smelled like a orangutan, because them was some of the mustiest little ass kids. I didn't know. I'm sorry, y'all, if these was your kids. Them little
they grown now.
Well, I hope they ain't funky grown-ups, because them little girls they smelled like they had put a lemon meringue pie under their arm, and they just fell in their arms. And I'm like, Bush, listen. It was me, Bush. I think, was Kim James out there with us?
Kim was probably there.
Listen, them was some of the mustiest kids.
Kelly. It was Chris Kelly. It was everybody.
And they damn near picked Bow Wow up off his feet and threw him in Lady Foot Locker and snatched the gate down. And I'm like, okay, so
Northland to me was it for the Coast for Kids. Like, it hasn't. Now, we didn't have some decent ones, but that Northland experience, I just never seen nothing like it. And that was before my time. But when I got there and had to really be a part of it, I'm like, yo, dog, this is it right here.
It was so. It was a combination. It was like the Michigan Inn, because we used to be at the Michigan Inn Hotel.
I wasn't at that one.
Michigan Inn was right across the street.
Was there, right?
Yes, it was right across the street from Northland.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's when y'all was 24 hours.
Yes.
Doing it. I wasn't a part of that.
Well, we had Brian McKnight and Cisco from Drew Hill, and he had silver hair and a silver pelly coat on, and was auctioning the coat off. And I kept trying to get to my room. And everybody told me, Coco, what room you in? We coming in your room. I'm like, no. And I'm looking.
You're trying to get Cisco there?
No.
Okay.
I was trying to go take a nap, because we would do Coast for Kids for 2 days for 24 hours straight. So I would just want to go take a nap, take a shower.
Did the actual mall stay open 24? Like,
no, it was a hotel.
It was a hotel.
Oh, it was at the hotel.
Yeah, so people could sit in the banquet room and wait on the artist to come. But at some point, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm gonna go take a nap. But you had to sneak out, because people would. I had security with
time,
me. Yeah, people was with you.
You know, at that time, the radio people were so important. You know what I mean? Like, y'all was stars, man. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's a lot of work to even be somebody. With these phones, everybody a star right now.
Everybody a star.
Everybody a star right now. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days when you didn't have all this easy technology to make yourself be who you want to be, radio was it, man.
Oh yeah.
So
radio was it.
Who was your top 3 interviews, or your top 3 shows, or your top 3 people that you always wanted to meet, and you finally met them? Like, oh, okay.
when I met the Dawg Pound Daz and Corrupt. I was I was totally excited when I finally met them. Ice Cube. You see, I like those guys.
Right. I see the outfit you got on.
Ice Cube. I was happy to meet him. But at the time, this was when Gucci and Jeezy, was popping up.
Yeah.
I met Kanye West and I had the first crazy experience with him.
Don't bring that up.
Yeah,
I had that. The elevator. No.
Well, I was trying to. I can't even say it was his fault because I was trying to get him to do something for me on this mixtape. This one, the mixtapes was heavy. Okay. And I was trying to get him to come in and pretty much do what we're doing right now. He's like, yo, come to my show and I'll do it then. Right now, I can't do it. I said, I can't just come to your show and don't do it. So, well, you need an assistant, man. And he walked out on me, right? I said, this whole ass motherfucker. so Don Q was in the back. He's like, Don Q was in those cubicles.
Okay.
He's like, just last year we was in motherfucking Puerto Rico. He gave me his number, his mama number, the studio number, how to get in touch. Now look how he acted. I said, these motherfucking crazy. Because I found out he was trying to get to the movies to see Kill Bill 2. I think it was Kill Bill. So he's trying to. So I can't really blame him for it. You know what I'm saying? But I did call him a whole ass nigga.
You know what?
He was a bitch.
You know.
And I had a chance to meet Jay-Z. When Search was doing the interview with him,
right?
Had him and they was in the room like this,
right. Yeah.
And I remember I was trying to get in the studio and so Jay-Z was in the studio, in the main studio. One of them Saturdays he was down there. This when they was doing the who got next on the menu? What's next on the menu? DDT no.
What's next on the menu was the other. We was doing the hip hop summit.
Yeah, but no.
Hip hop summit.
But this is when they was on the radio. So Jay was in the studio and the big ass. Security was sitting on
the walking wall. He's like a walking wall.
I kept trying to decide if I wanted to go down there. So I said, "Fuck,
how big was the shoulder blast?"
This nigga was big.
Like he was Lavish. He was 300 pounds, but wasn't no fat on his body.
This motherfucker was so big. So I peek around like shit. So I could tell the way he was sitting there. Yeah, he wasn't gonna let nothing happen, right? So I decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna try to walk like I got business around here. Which I do, nigga, I work here.
Right.
So I walked, and as soon as I get close, he jumps down. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I need to get in here for a second. He's like, man, nobody going in here right now. I think he wanted to let me go in there though, but I was intimidated by this motherfucker. So I ain't gonna hold you. I was scared.
You tried to walk regularly.
Yeah, I tried to I peeked and he seen me looking at him, so that probably threw him off. Like, what the fuck is going on? Maybe if I had came the first time, it probably have been smooth. But me like looking at shit and trying to get my shit together, how I'm gonna do it. I takes off, get down, and this motherfucker like, boom, what's up? I'm like, shit, I gotta get in here and do something. And I think he wanted to let me go in there though, but that shit was funny as hell, man. That was an experience right there.
Oh my goodness. You said, yeah, we did the walk.
Yeah, the intentional walk is Don Q. I tried to have the intentional walk like I had business in there.
Yeah. And that's the crazy part. You already done got through 2 levels of security because you had to have a clicker to get through both doors to even get in the build, in the suite. Yeah, I done did that before. Yeah.
So you have guests come to the radio station, and they have security that won't let you into the studio.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, somebody,
depending on who it was.
Yeah, and you had to get clearance from Jay. It was Jay, man. And one thing, I met Jay when I met him, and I use this to this day. When I met him, I introduced myself. Hey, Jay, I'm Big Dawg Blast. He's like, hey, what's up? I'm Jay-Z. So I'm thinking to myself, well, fuck, I know who you are. but that made me think, what if I didn't know you?
Yeah.
What if I didn't know? So when I introduce myself to people now, I still say it's me because it's a chance that you don't know who I am.
Don't know who I am.
That you don't know who I am. And some people like, hey, I know who you is, but what if you didn't? And then what if I'm saying that to you and I'm Big Dawg Blast, who the fuck is you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
and that's a humbling experience right there.
Like, and you can never take for granted. And this is one of the things they teach you in Radio 101. You can never assume that the person you're talking to know who you are. That's in life.
Yeah.
You can't just assume that because you who you are, that everybody in the world has seen you.
They don't.
And know who you are. So when people say, hey, how you doing? I be like, hey, I'm Coco. Coco, we know you, but I don't know if you know me. And if you don't, let's get past this interview thing. But Lavish, yes, it's been times, and it depends on. So it was different layers. So even though you've gotten into that part of the suite where the station was, or gotten into the building, it's still who set the interview up. Did the record label set it up? Did the artist set it up? Did the company set it up? Did the radio station set it up? Did the program director set it up? Did the talent that was at that time set it up where they say, hey, don't let nobody in, blah, blah, blah. And if you're doing an interview, like if Blast was interviewing, let's say Blast interviewing Rick Ross, and he say, tell Rick's security, hey, don't let nobody in here, whatever. People come up, even though they there and in the building, make our ID. Blast has said, don't let nobody in here. So security can't let nobody in.
They probably won't even let the program director in. Somebody got to call around to the studio and say, I'm trying to get in here. And it's crazy. Wow. It make you feel like, what the fuck? But you got to kind of understand, you know, they don't know. They from out of town. I get it. It is what it is, you know?
And even being from out of town, you still got to be safe, because just because you're a radio personality don't mean you ain't crazy.
Right.
I ain't going to even get into that. But, yeah, I done seen some erratic behavior with O2. Radio personality bust somebody in the mouth. But anyway, go ahead on. So we gonna just keep going like I ain't even say that.
Hold on. A radio personality bust somebody.
It's a long story. Like it's a long story.
Well, the short story. What happened?
The short story was it was a radio personality a long time ago, somebody that I knew that knew somebody, whatever, and they was hosting an event, and this young lady was kind of snapping and wilding out, and they took the microphone and swung it and bust her in the mouth.
Damn.
And
yeah, I don't know nothing about that one.
Yeah, and the company wound up firing the radio personality, and the young lady sued or whatever, and then years later, the radio personality went back to work with that company.
I want to tell another story that Coco inspired me to be who I am.
Okay.
This is real good too. This is good.
All right.
So I remember this is when I first started back 2001. I started in 2001. 2002. Yeah, I started in 1. So it might have been 2002, 2003. And this one we used to hop in Coco truck and go different places. No, matter of fact, no. We was driving the JLB
We would
truck.
get the station truck.
We'll get the station truck. Yeah. So we got the station truck and we was riding around, and Coco took us to, she was driving. Coco took us to the Church's Chicken that's on Jefferson down there by where Belle Isle used to be. Mm-hmm. And we pulled up in there and she ordered her food. And when she got to that window, man, they were so excited to see her. I'm in the back. I'm nobody.
He hiding in the back.
Well, I'm in the back because I'm nigga, you
but
getting in the back.
Who else was in the front with me though?
I think it was your girl that used to be with you.
Sophia.
Okay. It was Sophia. Yeah, it was Sophia. You and Sophia, I'm in the back. So I'm just looking at, man, they were so excited to see her. And I'm just like, man, I want this. This is what I want. When, you know, I want to get to that point where the city loves me like that. So when I finally had that encounter, I felt that. And anytime I see that or I had that, I think of that moment. Like, man, I want to thank you for that.
You're so silly. And the crazy part is, it's like you always want to stay relevant. There was really no social media. We had MySpace.
Yeah.
But now you really want to stay relevant. So I was like, what you doing? Blast was like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. So I was like, it wasn't because you would have to have a quote unquote person in promotions to take you out in a station vehicle. Well, I had already went through the challenges. I said, listen, can we use the station vehicle? Well, it's a protocol and all that. I'm like, here my license. I done had license since 1979. I ain't got no points. I got insurance on my own vehicle. And it was like, well, yeah, who gonna drive? I'm gonna drive. So I would get the vehicle and hit the streets. Whatever they had, T-shirts, whistles, whatever it was, I'm gonna pass it out because you gotta stay relevant and current and in people's minds. So let me get me a wing and a breast, jalapeno peppers, get an orange and a cherry mix, and how y'all doing? It was like,
man,
Coco.
you'd have thought she was Kevin Hart the way. Coco! Coco! They ain't have phones at the time, but they go. Man, I'm like, damn.
We did.
This shit
who else in the car with you? I'm like, Blast.
No, I wasn't nobody at the time. So
you were.
I was just getting started. My name wasn't ringing like that. No way.
But you humble. You were always willing. You were always willing.
Oh, no. I'm going to tell you how I grew so fast. Because I jumped on anything that came, whatever they asked me to do. Yeah. Whether it was Chris Kelly's show, Bushman's show, it was only 3 shows I could, because it wasn't a morning show. It was either middays, afternoons, or nights. So that would be Chris Kelly, Reggie, or Bush show. And I would do.
You was able to host concerts.
Yeah. But I'm saying for the radio wise, they could never you can find me anywhere at any time.
Right.
So it was. That's how my name got. So that's how I grew so fast because it wasn't like you had to wait, nigga. You might hear me today at 2:00. Yeah. You might hear me.
And they be like, call Blast. I said, well, y'all don't know what that man do. He stayed right around the corner. They act like Blast lived literally around the corner.
Man, at that time I had to hustle though. I had to hustle, and you know what I mean? And that's what I didn't feel entitled because I knew I got an opportunity to do this job. So I'm going for it. Whatever they ask for, I'm doing it. So, you know, that's what I encourage everybody, man. Stop acting entitled. Stop saying what you ain't gonna do. A lot of people got that right now, man. I ain't finna do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, okay, well, you don't want it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do it. I ain't finna go for all that shit, man. Fuck all that, man.
Yeah. And it's funny because
if you can't do it, I understand. But not wanting to do it, I ain't fucking with that. Unless it's just degrading or something, just a big waste of time. But
you like you have to stay. If you want to move and groove, you got to stay current. And if people say, "Oh, ain't you too old?" I'll be like, "Listen, the thing is, they know I'm older, so they not expecting me to show up and jump off furniture and all that stuff. But I bring the auntie presence now, so I'm that auntie." They're like, "All right, Coco, you here? Yeah. Oh man, I didn't think you was coming. Okay, well we gon' so on. So you earn your respect. Some people come in and they want to demand respect. No, you have to command respect.
Yeah.
You have to come in humble. Command respect. You got to command respect. You can't come in and make nobody respect you.
Yeah.
Especially not in this snap, crackle, and pop world.
Yeah.
So you got to come in and be nice and kind and thoughtful and considerate and all that stuff.
Because it's everybody's somebody right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Everybody is somebody right now.
Listen,
I go in places, I know who I am. It's a nigga that's bigger than me. I ain't never heard of the nigga. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm this nigga, but who the fuck is you?
And
but
listen,
this nigga chest out. And I'm like, well, shit.
And they got a whole thing. You go on social media, you be like, they got 500,000 followers. Who is this?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen it. And I'm figuring, man, why can't I get mine up there like that?
Well, that's when I first discovered niggas was buying shit, right? I remember I was back when Instagram first popped off, and it was sometime a couple years later. So I'm looking at an artist, and he had a bunch of followers and shit. And I'm like, well, how the fuck I don't know about this nigga? I'm calling nigga, hey, you know about this dude? Nah. I'm like, man, this nigga got motherfucking 600,000 followers, bro. Wow. Like, I think it's like 30,000 or something like that. But it was a big number.
Yeah.
And at the time, I'm on the radio. I only had like 3,000 followers. Yeah. So I'm like,
he was buying them.
Yeah.
He was buying them. I didn't know this though. I had never heard of this. So yeah, but still, you know, it's putting in work, man. Like I'm never gonna. I've been in this game a long time, and I do have that against me. Yeah, I've been doing this a long time.
But that's not against you.
It's against me only because it's always somebody younger saying something. But you know, they feel like young is better.
No,
young don't make you better.
No, let me
young
tell you.
Don't make you better.
Let me tell you what you have to your advantage.
You get recalls too.
What you have right now. You could take your skill set and go to a HBCU or a college, and they could build a syllabus and create a syllabus around your expertise in urban radio, and it's easily a 6-figure salary. Easy. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about with somewhere that you only fly in twice a month and do the class, and they can make this class exclusive, and you could teach them all your life skills, but based on your life skills, it makes you an expert in that particular area. You could go in and fly you in, put you up, all that stuff like that. So there are so many ways to monetize off of the time that you got vetted in what you do. Somebody want to hear your story. Somebody want to know what's going on. Somebody want to walk up to you. I want to see the look on your face when I say this name. Glorilla.
Yeah.
You like the artist.
I do like her. I do like her. I like her. I like how she came into the game and doing her thing.
Listen.
What you don't like about her?
I didn't say I didn't like her. I just want female.
Megan was my favorite female artist.
I figured she was.
Yeah, I like
Cardi B.
I like Cardi B's. I like the way she rap.
I like her story.
Yeah.
Well, her story's cool.
I like her story.
I understand her story. I heard that story before in other people. So
but I'm just looking at Chi-Chi's, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, but you know, Nisha Nashay, I heard her story, and so her story is one of the reasons why I really supported her. But Megan, I just like the way she rapped, man. Like she really could rap, and I knew that. I'm like, damn, she can really rap, man. Like, the shit she was talking, and the way she was delivering it.
Oh, she was talking kind of funky.
I liked it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't city girl talk. It was nigga shit.
Yeah, I like that too.
City girl is, With me for Glorilla, let me say this.
Don't you dog her now.
I'm not finna dog her, but I want women not to tell everything. Like, I just read a story on Glorilla, and she said that she wears black underwear because sometimes she have brown boo-boo stains in her underwear.
She said that.
I'll pull it up.
I think it's hilarious.
You heard this?
Yeah. She said she wears dark underwear, black underwear.
So she can spot it?
She said no. She said sometimes she had boo-boo stains. She said sometimes women have boo-boo stains in their underwear, so she wear black underwear. Here's the thing for me.
She too small.
No, you ain't too small not to know how to clean your ass.
I'm saying so she must not be wiping after she gets.
She might not know how to wipe.
Listen, I don't want to have this conversation.
Okay. You know,
oh man,
I don't want to have this conversation.
I know we got some questions for our illustrious folks.
I don't want to have this conversation about Glorilla. Leave her alone now.
Okay.
She fuck nigga free, and you trying to fuck
I know. And that whole
that's why she ain't gonna fuck with you tomorrow.
Okay, Lavish, do we have some
get
questions
it together. No, we don't have no questions.
Okay,
we must have hit everything across.
We covered everything. We have covered. Okay.
Fuck nigga free, and you want to fuck that up for?
When she say that,
fuck nigga.
And she raps so hard to be the size of a grasshopper.
I know, but the beat and everything be hitting hard.
Oh, the beat,
it be hitting hard.
That's what I
it be
like.
Hitting hard.
The beat only hitting hard because she brought it to life, though. She brought it to life because if you listen to the instrumental, it really ain't shit. But she made that shit come to life.
Would you date a woman that talks to you like that?
I mean, I ain't never really heard her say too much other than the fuck nigga freeze.
Would you date a woman that talk to you that strong?
I didn't talk to women that talk. I talk to women that talk that strong. It be entertaining to me. I push their buttons so they
really? So say. Let me hear what you say to him, man. Put it out there. Some shit that you'll say.
Like it's one girl I be fucking with, right? She be taking off on my
in your Woodward. Do it in your Woodward. I like.
Oh, hold on, no, I gotta do it in Big Dawg Black because I fuck with her when if she want. Link up with her and I be putting her off. Oh, nigga, she get mad in the motherfucker. Nigga, motherfucker, And so I be like, damn, where's my other phone? I need to record it so I can make a TikTok out of you. I be wanting to make I be telling too. And then when I tell her, I be like, I need that energy from you. Cause I'm thinking.
So she pissed off and you asking her to
I'm
go
trying
back.
To get it out. Yeah, I'm trying to get it out of her, man, so I can use it. Cause I need this TikTok, man. I need this for this TikTok.
You need to make it a reel?
Yes. Cause the shit she be saying.
She already mad, but
she mad than a motherfucker.
Can you repeat that moment?
I'm about to pull up. Motherfucker, I'm gonna pull up because you think I'm motherfucking playing with you.
She tell you she finna pull up?
Yeah, she'll never show up though. But she'll never show up though. Motherfucker told me, I said, man, you crazy, the motherfucker. Oh, motherfucker, you ain't seen crazy. I'm retarded. I'm like, oh, okay. I like it.
You do?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
And then when I say that, she be like, you know what? Then it fucked with her because I just be entertained by this shit. It's entertaining.
See, here I am being nice and sweet. And they don't want that. Shut your punk ass up.
I didn't say I was going to have her now.
Okay.
That's why we ain't together. I just fuck with her from
time to time. Okay.
It's fun.
To get that outburst.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that. I cannot let her leave without me pushing her button.
You know what? Listen, ladies and gentlemen.
It's entertaining to me.
You listen to the Lavish and Coco podcast.
It's the Gemini. The other dude like that.
With the biggest dog of all.
Big Dawg love that.
Okay.
The other nigga, chill out, baby. This shit right here ain't gonna fly over here. Cause I call the police.
Okay. Big Dawg.
Big Dawg ain't calling the police.
But the other guy.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
He gonna. And we ain't made a name for him yet, but he gonna call police.
He gonna call the police.
Big Dawg gonna be like, when he have nothing, he'll deal with it. But but he ain't finna.
How can people get in touch with you, Bigg Dawg, if they really want to hire you, not just to say, hey, how can we follow you on social media?
Yeah, Bigg Dawg Blast, BIGGDAWG Blast, man. Holla at me for, DJing. I can host. I DJ and host. I can do or both. I got into the voiceover work during the pandemic because it was nothing else to do, wasn't no club, so I wound up doing that. And yeah, so we doing the videos to that as well. And whatever else, man. That's pretty much it, though. And then I did get to do some acting, some movies. I had been asking everybody, let me get in their movie. They was turning me down and
I be asking the same shit.
I like, damn, y'all motherfuckers.
I send y'all auditions, and I send, not you, Bigg Dawg, but Lavish.
I'm like, nigga, but I be wanting to get into the funny shit, right? So some people, I have been in some movies. One dude did do a funny movie. Another guy put me in a movie where he wanted me to be more street. Yeah, I want them to see a whole other side of you. I'm like, yeah, but I it's cool.
So what we gonna do is this year we gonna put our own movie together, and
that's what happened. So my man's, I was like, man, let's just put our own shit together. We got cameras.
Right.
Let's do it. We ain't got to wait on, because guess what? They movies wasn't big at one time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you just do your own thing. It's another thing too, man. I used to tell my other people, my boys this, man, create your own train. You know what I mean? Make your own, put your own shit together instead of trying to hop on everybody else's train. Because some people just ain't going to let you on. You know what I'm saying? And if they do, they going to give you a hard time getting on. Right. And as they should, because if they built it up,
they ain't gonna let nobody in.
Yeah, they ain't gonna just let anybody on there.
Right.
So it's like when people say you need to sit at the table. No, Jesus was a carpenter. I know how to build a table.
Just do your own shit.
I know how to build it. Yeah,
do your own shit. Because guess what? At one time, they shit wasn't big, and you just noticed it because it got big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind doing my own work and putting my own team together.
You need anybody to help you host?
Shit, no.
You sure?
Bigg Dawg.
No, I'm saying you sure?
Bigg Dawg, I'll help you.
I ain't talking about you. I mean, do you need a tow truck driver to help you host?
Oh no, well, what I probably would need, like, I see all your equipment up in here. We're gonna have to talk about we gonna start with this. You know, then you got all this up there. We're gonna talk about this when we get off this airway.
You see what I'm saying? So everybody can.
I mean, because you might be scratching and mixing.
No, I can do them both at the same time. As long as I got it like this, Bigg Dawg, hey man, y'all throw your motherfucking hands up. Drop the record back. So I'm all good. I don't even like to have too much of a host. Like Dr. Darius is a good host.
Like to see what you can't see.
No. I can see everything.
You still straight?
I see everything. I see everything. But when I DJ and host, I only really have like Dr. Darius. Me and him got a good chemistry together, so he kind of knows because he. You need
me to introduce you to somebody?
Nah, what do you want, man? What do you want to do?
Okay, listen, ladies and gentlemen, follow me on. I'm Ginger Hudson on Facebook. Coco the Comic.
Ginger Hudson.
Hold on, Coco the Comic on Instagram. And I just posted for my birthday, my 60th birthday celebration.
That's Ginger Hudson.
My 60th birthday celebration is January the 28th. Go to my Instagram page and my Facebook page, and you can get all the details. Tickets available on Eventbrite. They're only $20. So come on to the 60th birthday party because we're doing it like that. Follow my man, Veon Selman, VEON, Selman, SELMAN, and my man, Mr. Lavish. How can people follow you?
They can find me on all social media outlets at Lavish T. Williams. Hold on a second.
Are these the people coming?
Yeah, them the people that's coming. Hold on. Hey, boys and girls, everybody out there, before we end this show, listen. That's how you do it.
They don't do that no more.
Can I do my last word?
That's how you do it.
They don't do that no more. More people just punched out when you started that.
This has been an odd moment. So, first off, let's start here. I saw your face up there, and I see Ginger Hudson. I'm like, what in the fuck?
That's me.
That's me. It did. When we talking to old brother phone, my man up there half naked and shit. I'm like, dog, what's going on? Who the fuck is Ginger Hudson? And who is my man up there half naked? It's time to end this show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out the building.
Bigg Dawg has left the building. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we out.
Yeah.